We are in the purge and they have not announced it yet. We are in the purge and they just haven't announced it to us yet. Everything that's going on in Gary, Indiana, it is very, very similar to one of those purge movies where it was specifically for the black community. And when they set off the alarm for the purge to happen, the black community started having parties, block parties. We were not purging, so they sent in ops to start chaos so that we would start purging. Now with Gary, I don't know how true it is. Obviously, it stated that they actually had people come out there to fix the electricity, and someone shot at them. Who's gonna do that? Who's gonna do that? It's giving the purge. Beyond that, our food, our food is being recalled every other day. Every other day, our eggs, our bread, our lettuce, our tomatoes, and if it's not being recalled, it's laced with cancer. And if it's not laced with cancer, it's technology food. And if it's not technology food, it's just expired. We're literally buying expired food from the grocery store. So you get your onion home and you cut it, and guess what? It's rotten in the middle. We are in the purge. Our water sources. Literally, not even a full year ago, we were having so many floods that whole ass towns were being wiped away. Not even a full year ago. And now we have these supposed like data centers, these massive ass buildings that are holding our data. Because what else data is it, right? So they're killing us to collect our data. They are taking our water resource to store our data. Okay. Okay, cool. And I mean everywhere. But again, I did another post and I'm like, hey, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. AI has existed documented. AI has existed since the 1920s. It is not something new. It is just something that has been newly introduced to us. And even if you think about it, right? Before 2020, if you were not into technology, if you weren't a tech major, if you weren't one of those techie people, the concept of AI was not even a thing. So in less than 7 years, it is threatening to take our water. Actually, last year there was no mention of us running low on water. So in less than a year, our water source is gone. Either someone's lying, right? Or something is still being withheld. There's a lie somewhere in this. Less than a year ago, we were having so much water that towns were being wiped away. Okay. They've acknowledged aliens do exist. After all of these years and these psyops of them trying to convince us that aliens are just something for our entertainment, now, we've been lying. We're telling the truth now. Aliens do exist, right? Okay, cool. But also, we fucking eat babies. That happens too, right? So not only do they want women, specifically, we are literally the same, we're cattle. They want us to be cattle. They need for us to breed workhorses, slave puppets, and food. We are cattle. There's nothing different. Okay? Luigi literally, he sacrificed himself, his life, to prove a point. Then we had the man in the warehouse who sacrificed himself to prove a point. And yet we all still are like, but I still gotta pay bills. We still gotta pay bills because there are not enough of us who understand that we don't have to pay bills. We are still paying bills because there are too many of us who do not realize that we don't have to pay bills. Now, I say this because I'm like, there's been, in the last 7 years, we have literally just been in experiment after experiment after experiment, right? COVID was an experiment to see how many of us were going. The mass majority went. Okay, boom. We're laughing about this shit, and I'm like, I don't know, man. This shit is like, it's driving me. It's driving me. When they had the little Hatava or whatever it was called virus, that was another test to see if we were going. And the master said, we're not doing that shit no more. And guess what? It dissipated. It disappeared. Now, in my mind, if we can see that how we all stood together, we're not even acknowledging that shit, right? We're not acknowledging that it exists. We are not acknowledging it. And so therefore, it did not exist. Everybody freaked out with COVID. Everybody freaked out with COVID. We all acknowledge it. Let me put my mask on. If you don't put your mask on and you don't stay, we fell for it mentally. Therefore, it was true. And there were so many of us that fell for it that it became what it was manifested. Y'all, they are telling us everything it is. There are people who are sacrificing themselves, their lives, their livelihoods to expose what's happening. And I'm like, at this point, literally they're killing every scientist that tries to speak out. They're killing anybody who tries to expose it. And even if they rule it a death, or I'm sorry, a suicide or a heart attack or whatever those things that we know they're playing in our faces, we're gonna get on this good app and we're gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna go clock in at work because my bills got to be paid. Y'all, we're cattle. We are cattle for the system. And a part of me feels like this is the purpose of NPCs, because it can never be enough of us to overthrow the system, because there are so many NPCs that they overthrow us. But for those of us who are aware and not being distracted by entertainment, by sparkly jeans, by just all the things that this app, literally social media, kind of gears our attention towards, the woo lady and all of this other shit that really, in the grand scheme of things, what the fuck does it matter? We are all paying bills while they are telling us, hey, specifically black people. But I think that, what I've said this before, at this point, how don't every race of people, every ethnicity of people understand that they try it on us, but it goes to all. like you can watch us burn, but then you're next in line. Like, you know what I mean? And so in that, I'm just like, people of all races, of all ethnicities, of all ages, we are cattle. We are no different than the horses. We are no different than the chickens. We are the same. The only difference is that they force us to actually go and be robots for their system. I mean, like, how are we any different than the fucking dolphins at SeaWorld? Like, I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. I'm really just at a point of festivity. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, all of these people who have died expressing, one, doing the research, that having the downloads, that to get the information to us, for us to hear it, take it in, receive it, and then swipe, and then swipe it and go to something else. And I've seen so many of us talking about swiping. I'm like, y'all, how do we escape hell if everybody just like, well, I got to worry about my bills until it, and I see them all the time where they're like, man, until I don't got to pay bills, for as long as you keep thinking that and not trying to help us come up with a plan to stop. And honestly, I don't think a plan is required. I really just think it takes enough of us being like, we're not. Like, if you think about like a walkout, right? Or a strike, right? We, the people, could strike from working. We could all strike. We can have a mass majority of us strike from going to work, or strike from paying the bills, right? Because all it takes is numbers. It takes a mighty fist. A mighty fist. Like, we're sliding past shit way too quickly. Like, y'all, I'm sorry. It's a rant. We're allowing all of this information, and it is definitely an overload of information. And I get it that it is deep, it is heavy. And I know that for whatever, I'm usually surrounded by people who don't want to go deep. They want us to not go deep. Then that keeps you miserable. Like, I don't want to go deep. I don't want to go deep. But guess what? You get to stay at surface level, still barely making it. Still barely making it. And I'm like, I know the deepness does not exist because you don't want to go there. The depths of the ocean are still there, even if you want to stay right there at the sand. It doesn't stop what is out there from coming ashore. I hope that made sense. I'm like, y'all, we're purging. It's the purge, and only the strong will survive. And in this case, I don't think it's necessarily physically strong. It's going to be those who are strong. And I don't know if it's a lot of us out there, because